what's good about it? Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson. That's it. Those are the good things about it. Did I just waste a bunch of time, and did I even waste some of my money renting this movie? What about this criticism that this is an action comedy that's by the numbers? Yeah, of course it is. This buddy cop action comedy movie isn't trying to be anything groundbreaking here. It's just trying to give you a good, genuine movie. And I know that the twisty things aren't super twisty. Oh, by the way, spoiler alert. When we find out that Kincaid's the one who ruined Michael's life by killing his client, I mean, we could all probably have guessed it, but I love that it gets called out in this particular moment.
Hey, I thought you knew I was the one who popped it.
And I love that this movie is so self-aware. But let's go over the plot. Michael Bryce, who is Ryan Reynolds' character, is a really awesome bodyguard with a pretty cool catchphrase.
Boring is always best.
And the opening scene is very much like the opening of a great musical, where everything goes right and his life is so good. And it all gets ruined once a client of his is killed, and he loses that credibility. He splits from his girlfriend, Veronica, and he goes into business, like almost into a private practice. Everything changes when a notorious hitman named Darius Kincaid, played by Samuel L. Jackson, agrees to testify against a notorious war criminal played by Gary Oldman in a pretty fantastic over-the-top role that is perfect. That seems like it was pulled straight from the 90s. But when Veronica's Interpol team is betrayed by a mole, she brings in Michael, the only person she can trust, to deliver Kincaid to the international courts to testify against this war criminal. These two characters already know each other, already don't like each other, mostly because their goals for their occupations are completely different. But it leads to some pretty funny moments and actually a pretty sweet fight scene. Because even though one of the criticisms is that it's hard to appreciate either the comedy or the violence because they just keep mashing together, I didn't have a problem with it at all. Especially when we have fight scenes like this one.
She's too cute to be a minute. Slow song.
Where Ryan Reynolds brings together both the comedy and the violence. So beautifully well done. His reactions, the fact that things don't go well, in this case when he throws the nail gun at his opponent instead of just continuously shooting him, these are little bits in there that can elicit a laugh with some pretty good action. And what I love about the action is it's not a shaky cam and it's not like million cuts back and forth. It shows us everything that's happening. Because unlike those critics, some of the fans actually did say this is cool, fun, and entertaining to watch. So is that the case? I actually think it was really entertaining, specifically if we look at Selma Hayek and Samuel L. Jackson, how they get together with this particular scene.
The most amazing.
'Cause I wonder, are you somewhere or is someone love?
What makes it really cool is that it really shows us who these characters are instead of just filling it with a bunch of dialogue. Of course, the great chemistry between Samuel L. Jackson and Ryan Reynolds makes this a fantastic movie. There are so many cool moments within this movie, and one of those moments is when they're singing in the car. It's a genuine good moment that shows off their chemistry.
Nobody, nobody, nobody,
I saw the sign, and it opened up my eyes. I saw the sign,
nobody gets out of line.
But one critic, like Jeremy Johns, basically said that this is a forgettable one. Which it kind of is. I don't remember a ton of the details. It kind of just passes by you. But that's okay because you can have a fun time watching it. But you know what? I learned something after watching this movie, which is that you can be entertaining while not being the best. You can be fun without being memorable. What it's about the experience that you have in the moment. Not thinking so much about what was great that you saw before or what you're looking to see or remembering afterwards, right? When you're in that moment, it's one hell of a ride. It's a little bit of a different genre from the other movies that I defend, but you should check out my playlist of my other defenses that I have right up here, and I will see you in that next video.